Why do so many leaders fail despite being smart? Hello, I'm Pastor Marvin McKenzie. We live in the most educated generation in history. More degrees, more data, more leadership training than ever before. And yet, leadership failure is everywhere. Brilliant politicians implode. Gifted pastors collapse. Highly intelligent CEOs self-destruct. So here's the honest question. If intelligence produces good leadership, why are so many smart leaders failing? That's not a religious question, it's a reality question. The Bible has been answering it for thousands of years. Our culture assumes leadership is a brain problem. If someone's smart enough, trained enough, informed enough, well, they should lead well. And that's why we emphasize things like credentials, experience, strategy, and expertise. Character will get mentioned, but it's rarely examined. But here's the flaw. Intelligence explains how to do things, but it does not explain why people do them. And leadership failure is rarely about ignorance. It's about motive. The Bible never treats leadership as primarily an intellectual issue. In 1 Kings chapter 4, verse 29, God tells us something striking about Solomon. It says, "And God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceeding much, and largeness of heart." Notice what God did not say. He didn't say wisdom alone was enough. He didn't say intelligence would carry the weight of leadership. God added something else. He called it largeness of heart. And that phrase is almost never discussed, but it really explains everything. The word largeness means wide, roomy, or expansive. And the word heart in Scripture refers to the center of a person, his will, desire, conviction, and moral character. In other words, God gave Solomon the mind to know what was right and the capacity to care about the people affected by his decisions. And this is the missing piece modern leadership ignores. A leader can be brilliant and still be selfish, intelligent and still be cruel, strategic and still be dangerous. The Bible never assumes intelligence produces virtue. So why do smart leaders fail? Well, because intelligence does not restrain ego. It doesn't humble pride, and it doesn't correct moral blind spots. In fact, intelligence often amplifies those things. Smart people can justify anything. They can rationalize wrongdoing better than anyone else. They can defend bad decisions with impressive arguments. And that's why the scripture consistently warns that knowledge without heart leads to destruction and not progress. Leadership failure is rarely a lack of information. It's usually a lack of moral capacity. The Bible doesn't offer a comforting theory. It explains the world as it actually is. It tells us why talented people fall, why educated leaders collapse, why success often precedes ruin. Because leadership was never meant to rest on brilliance alone. God prepares the heart before he entrusts authority. When leadership outruns character, collapse is not accidental, it's inevitable. So here's the takeaway. The problem is not that leaders aren't smart enough. The problem is that wisdom without a large heart becomes cold. Leadership without moral capacity becomes destructive. And that's why God gave Solomon more than intelligence. He gave him the heart to want the good of the people he led. And until modern leadership recovers that truth, failure is going to continue no matter how smart our leaders become. I want to encourage your comments in the section below and invite you to visit marvinmckenzie.org.